कुरान के मालिक गुजारिश है तुझसे मेरे दिल में कुरान बसा मेरे मौला।
अऊज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश्शैतानिर्रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम इन्न अव्वल बैतिन वुदिअ लिन्नासि लल्लज़ी बिबक्कत मुबारकन व हुदल लिल आलमीन। Indeed, the first house which was established as a place of worship for the people is the one which is in Mecca, blessed and a guide to the entire world. When the Jews said, "Our direction of prayer, Baitul Maqdis, came before yours," this verse was revealed. Indeed, the first house which was established as a place of worship for the people is the one which is in Bakka. This was an alternative name of Makkatul Mukarramah, referring to the Holy Kaaba. It was originally built by the angels before the creation of the Prophet Adam alayhi salam. 40 years after the construction of the Holy Kaaba, Masjidul Aqsa was built in Jerusalem. The Holy Kaaba is a place of blessings and a guidance towards the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because it is the only qibla, meaning direction of prayer for the people of the entire world. فيه آيات بينات مقام إبراهيم ومن دخله كان آمنا ولله على الناس حج البيت من استطاع إليه سبيلا ومن كفر فإن الله غني عن العالمين. Therein are clear signs such as the standing place of Ibrahim to pray, and whosoever enters it, may he be under protection, and performing of Hajj of this house for the sake of Allah is an obligation upon the people who have the means to reach it. And whoever disbelieves, meaning denies Hajj as being a pillar of Islam, so Allah is independent of the entire world. Meaning that there are clear signs such as the standing place of Ibrahim alayhi salam to pray, the stone upon which he stood to build the Kaaba, upon which his blessed footprint remains. Amongst these signs is the fact that the reward for good deeds is multiplied in it. Moreover, whoever enters it becomes under its protection, and performing Hajj of this house for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is an obligation upon the Muslims, the ones who have the means to reach it. The Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam explained these means as having provisions and transportation, as reported in a blessed hadith, as the one who disbelieves in Allah or in what he has made obligatory, referring to Hajj as being a pillar of Islam, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he is of course independent of all the worlds, referring to the humans, the jinns and the angels, etc. Meaning he is completely independent and self-sufficient and is free from anyone's need. So the one who denies him or denies what he has made obligatory, Allah will punish him accordingly. قُلْ يَا أَهْلَ الْكِتَابِ لِمَ تَكْفُرُونَ بِآيَاتِ اللَّهِ وَاللَّهُ شَهِيدٌ عَلَى مَا تَعْمَلُونَ. Say you, O beloved Muhammad, O people of the book, why do you not believe in the verses of Allah, and your actions are in front of Allah? This could mean the verses of the Torah, in which the amazing praise, the commendation and truthfulness of the final prophet Sayyiduna Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is stipulated. Or it could also refer to the verses of the Quran. Moreover, your deeds are in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and nothing is hidden before him. قُلْ يَا أَهْلَ الْكِتَابِ لِمَ تَصُدُّونَ عَنْ سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ مَنْ آمَنَ تَبْغُونَهَا عِوَجًا وَأَنْتُمْ شُهَدَاءُ وَمَا اللَّهُ بِغَافِلٍ عَمَّا تَعْمَلُونَ. Say you, O beloved Muhammad, O people of the book, why do you prevent those who have newly accepted faith from the path of Allah, desiring to corrupt them, whereas you yourselves are witnesses thereof that the Prophet Muhammad is glorified in the Torah, and Allah is not unaware of your evil deeds. Meaning, you know very well that the religion which is upright and pleasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is none other than the religion of Islam, as glorified and stated in your book, the Torah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not unaware of what you do in the way of disbelief and employing deception. Instead, He gives you respite until your appointed time, and then He will punish you. يا أيها الذين آمنوا إن تطيعوا فريقا من الذين أوتوا الكتاب يردوكم بعد إيمانكم كافرين. O believers, if you obey some people of the book, they will therefore make you disbelievers after you have faith. This verse was revealed when the Jews passed by the people belonging to the tribes of Aus and Khazraj. They saw people belonging to these two rival tribes becoming friendly and talking with each other respectfully. These Jews became furious by their friendship and started reminding them of their old mutual enmity in the days before Islam, to the extent that they caused them to clash, and the two tribes were on the verge of fighting one another. Muslims are warned regarding these Jews. O believers, if you obey some people of the book, they will make you disbelievers after you have faith. وَكَيْفَ تَكْفُرُونَ وَأَنْتُمْ تُتْلَى عَلَيْكُمْ آيَاتُ اللَّهِ وَفِيكُمْ رَسُولُهُ وَمَنْ يَعْتَصِمْ بِاللَّهِ فَقَدْ هُدِيَ إِلَى صِرَاطٍ مُسْتَقِيمٍ. And how could you disbelieve, whereas the verses of Allah are recited to you and His Messenger is present amongst you? And whosoever took the support of Allah, he has definitely been shown the straight path. This question, that how could you disbelieve, is to show amazement and to rebuke, whereas the verses of Allah are recited to you and His Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam is also present amongst you. Furthermore, whoever took the support of Allah by adopting and implementing His commandments has definitely been shown the right path to paradise. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. O believers, fear Allah as He should be rightfully feared and never die but as Muslims. Meaning that He is obeyed and not disobeyed. This is how you fear Him. And be thankful and do not be ungrateful. He should be remembered and not forgotten. And you should never die except as Muslims, confessing to the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to the nubuwwah, the prophethood of the final prophet, the Khatamun Nabiyyin, Sayyiduna Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. وَاعْتَصِمُوا بِحَبْلِ اللَّهِ جَمِيعًا وَلَا تَفَرَّقُوا وَاذْكُرُوا نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ عَلَيْكُمْ إِذْ كُنْتُمْ أَعْدَاءً فَأَلَّفَ بَيْنَ قُلُوبِكُمْ فَأَصْبَحْتُمْ بِنِعْمَتِهِ إِخْوَانًا وَكُنْتُمْ عَلَى شَفَا حُفْرَةٍ مِّنَ النَّارِ فَأَنْقَذَكُمْ مِنْهَا كَذَلِكَ يُبَيِّنُ اللَّهُ لَكُمْ آيَاتِهِ لَعَلَّكُمْ تَهْتَدُونَ. And hold tightly to the rope of Allah altogether, and do not be divided into various sects amongst yourselves. And remember Allah's favor upon you. When there was enmity between you, He brought your hearts together in love. So due to His grace, you became brothers with one another. And you were on the edge of a ditch of hell. So He rescued you from it. This is how Allah explains His signs to you, that perhaps you attain guidance. Holding fast to the rope of Allah, namely, means Sayyiduna Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wasallam and the deen of Islam altogether. And do not be divided into different sects amongst yourselves. Be with the Sawadul A'zam, the mainstream group of Muslims, which is also termed as the Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah. In addition, remember the favor of Allah upon you, meaning that He blessed you with the love of one another through the deen of Islam, and you were on the brink of being entered into the hellfire, and you were on the edge of hell, which means you could have died as disbelievers, and as a result you would have fallen into hell. So you were rescued by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that He bestowed upon you Islamic faith with unity. This is how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala explains His signs to you, so that somehow you may attain guidance. وَلْتَقُمْ مِنْكُمْ أُمَّةٌ يَدْعُونَ إِلَى الْخَيْرِ وَيَأْمُرُونَ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَيَنْهَوْنَ عَنِ الْمُنْكَرِ وَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُفْلِحُونَ. And there should be such a group amongst you who invite people towards righteousness and command that which is good and forbid that which is evil. And it is these people who are the successful, meaning people who have attained the knowledge of the Quran and Sunnah. Thereafter, they invite people to righteousness. They advocate and promote good and forbid and demote that which is evil. It is they who are completely successful. So what is being mentioned here is Fard Kifaya, meaning a collective obligation. It is not incumbent upon every individual of the community, such as the Juhala, the ignorant or crookedly religious and falsely spiritual people, to engage in this. Moreover, one should abstain from seeking or taking knowledge from such individuals, as the Quran elsewhere says that فَاسْأَلُوا أَهْلَ الذِّكْرِ إِن كُنْتُمْ لَا تَعْلَمُونَ. Then ask the people of dhikr, meaning the people of ilm, and they are the righteous scholars of the Ahlus Sunnati wal Jama'ah, if you do not know. وَلَا تَكُونُوا كَالَّذِينَ تَفَرَّقُوا وَاخْتَلَفُوا مِنْ بَعْدِ مَا جَاءَهُمُ الْبَيِّنَاتِ وَأُولَٰئِكَ لَهُمْ عَذَابٌ عَظِيمٌ. And do not be like those who became divided and disagreement arose between them after this, that clear signs had come to them, and for them is a great punishment. Those, referring to the Jews and the Christians, who became divided in many groups, and disagreements concerning religion arose between them, even after clear signs had come to them. They denied and rejected the signs. For such people is a great punishment, as mentioned in this verse of the Quran. يَوْمَ تَبْيَضُّ وُجُوهٌ وَتَسْوَدُّ وُجُوهٌ فَأَمَّا الَّذِينَ اسْوَدَّتْ وُجُوهُهُمْ أَكَفَرْتُمْ بَعْدَ إِيمَانِكُمْ فَذُوقُوا الْعَذَابَ بِمَا كُنْتُمْ تَكْفُرُونَ. On the day of resurrection, when some faces will be shining and some faces will be dark. So those whose faces became darkened will be asked, did you become disbelievers after you had accepted faith? Therefore, now taste the punishment as a recompense of your disbelief. Meaning, they will be questioned that, did you become disbelievers in the world after you had accepted faith in the world of souls on the day of the covenant? Therefore, now taste the punishment as a recompense of your disbelief. وَأَمَّا الَّذِينَ ابْيَضَّتْ وُجُوهُهُمْ فَفِي رَحْمَةِ اللَّهِ هُمْ فِيهَا خَالِدُونَ. And those people whose faces became shining, they are in the mercy of Allah. They will live therein forever. So their faces became shining. As they had Iman and Taqwa, faith and piety. This is referring to the believers, meaning the Muslims. They are in the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and they shall reside in paradise forever. تِلْكَ آيَاتُ اللَّهِ نَتْلُوهَا عَلَيْكَ بِالْحَقِّ وَمَا اللَّهُ يُرِيدُ ظُلْمًا لِلْعَالَمِينَ. These are the verses of Allah which we recite upon you accurately. And Allah does not desire injustice on the people of the world. Additionally, Allah does not will injustice on the people of the world, meaning that He would not punish them without them having done any wrong. وَلِلَّهِ مَا فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَمَا فِي الْأَرْضِ وَإِلَى اللَّهِ تُرْجَعُ الْأُمُورِ. And only to Allah belongs whatever is in the heavens and whatever is in the earth. And only towards Allah is the return of all matters. Meaning Allah is the real possessor of everything, of His creation and bondsmen. And only to Allah is the return of all matters of the people. Meaning He will reward them or punish them according to their deeds. كنتم خير أمة أخرجت للناس تأمرون بالمعروف وتنهون عن المنكر وتؤمنون بالله ولو آمن أهل الكتاب لكان خيرا لهم منهم المؤمنون وأكثرهم الفاسقون. O nation of the Prophet Muhammad, you are the best among all those nations which appeared amongst the people. You command good and forbid evil, and you believe in Allah. And if the people of the book had also believed, it would therefore have been better for them. Some of them are believers, having reverted to Islam, and most of them are disbelievers. If the people of the book had also believed by becoming Muslims, their believing in Islam would have hence been better for them. Some of them are believers as they reverted to Islam, such as Sayyiduna Abdullah ibn Salam radiyallahu an, whereas most of them are disbelievers. We learn from this verse that it is the duty of every Muslim to be a preacher and propagate Islam, whatever he knows about the religion of Islam, with certainty. He should convey it to others verbally and also practically. لَن يَضُرُّوكُمْ إِلَّا أَذَى وَإِن يُقَاتِلُوكُمْ يُوَلُّوكُمُ الْأَدْبَارَ ثُمَّ لَا يُنصَرُونَ. They will not harm you except causing simple annoyance, and if they fight against you, they will henceforth turn their backs from you in defeat. Then they will not be helped. This is referring to the Jews, that the Jews will not harm you, O Muslims, except that they will cause simple annoyance with their tongues, such as slandering and threatening. However, if they fight with you, they will turn their backs from you in defeat, and they will not be helped, whereas you will be helped against them. ضربت عليهم الذلة أينما ثقفوا إلا بحبل من الله وحبل من الناس وباءوا بغضب من الله وضربت عليهم المسكنة ذلك بأنهم كانوا يكفرون بآيات الله ويقتلون الأنبياء بغير حق ذلك بما عصوا وكانوا يعتدون. Wherever they are, humiliation has been imposed upon them, meaning the Jews. They shall not find peace except from the rope, meaning the support of Allah by accepting Islam, and the rope of people by begging for help from them. And they have deserved the wrath of Allah, and destitution is imposed upon them. This is due to the fact that they used to disbelieve in the verses of Allah and used to martyr the prophets unjustly. This is because they were disobedient and transgressors. We learn from this verse that the Jews will always be under the protection of other powers, whether under the Muslims or the Christians. In the present day, the Jewish government is being carried by the Americans, etc. They are only a sovereign state by name, but their guardians are other states. This verse talks about the humiliation of the Jews, their inward destitutions and not having an independent state. This verse does not suggest at all that Jews will never be able to establish any government. The present illegitimate Jewish state in Palestine would not be contrary to the message of this verse. لَيْسُوا سَوَاءَ مِنْ أَهْلِ الْكِتَابِ أُمَّةٌ قَائِمَةٌ يَتْلُونَ آيَاتِ اللَّهِ آنَاءَ اللَّيْلِ وَهُمْ يَسْجُدُونَ. All of them are not similar amongst the people of the book, or some who are firm on the truth. They recite the verses of Allah during parts of the night and they prostrate. Such as the example of Sayyiduna Abdullah ibn Salam radiyallahu an. They recite the verses of Allah during parts of the night and they also prostrate in the majestic court of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. يؤمنون بالله واليوم الآخر ويأمرون بالمعروف وينهون عن المنكر ويسارعون في الخيرات وأولئك من الصالحين. They believe in Allah and the last day and command good and forbid evil and are swift to perform good deeds, and they are the righteous. وَمَا يَفْعَلُوا مِنْ خَيْرٍ فَلَنْ يُكْفَرُوهُ وَاللَّهُ عَلِيمٌ بِالْمُتَّقِينَ. And those who do good deeds, their rights will not be violated, and Allah is aware of those who fear Him. Meaning the reward for their good deeds will not be violated on the Day of Judgment, Yawmul Qiyamah. Rather, they will be rewarded fully. إِنَّ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا لَن تُغْنِيَ عَنْهُمْ أَمْوَالُهُمْ وَلَا أَوْلَادُهُمْ مِنَ اللَّهِ شَيْئًا وَأُولَٰئِكَ أَصْحَابُ النَّارِ هُمْ فِيهَا خَالِدُونَ. Those who disbelieved, neither their wealth nor their children will save them from Allah in the slightest, and they are the people of hell and will remain therein forever. As far as the believers are concerned, their wealth, which they spent in lawful and righteous ways, and their pious children, will be a great source of benefit for them on the Day of Judgment.
कुरान के मालिक गुजारिश है तुझसे मेरे दिल में कुरान बसा मेरे मौला